Well, I hear music over at the little beach bar, so I think they must have patrons over there. They don't stay open late. I think they just stay as long as people are hanging out. Well, that's what I noticed last night anyway. It's faint, but I can hear it. For me, the coolest thing about Bahia Falsa was how shallow it was and for how long. People would walk all the way out to the edge within maybe 30 feet of where I had anchored. And I didn't actually notice it until I brought my sup in. And once I crossed that ledge, I could touch the bottom with the paddle. You know, if there was any kind of wind, I would have been too close for sure. All right, so I just finished an expedition to the shore. You see this little bar on the beach? Yeah. See, it's a restaurant, bar, Palapa. Well, I went there and had lunch. I had a shrimp hamburger. I ended up eating most of the shrimp, all the shrimps, because my alarm bells were going off on the beach. I was like, whoa. I can't stay here much longer because it's just the sup and I have to paddle against whatever it is I have to paddle against. So I was in a hurry kind of to come back. Well, now I am back. And I have a lot of cool things I want to just talk about on the channel. Underway from False Bay. False Bay is kind of like a landing spot and then kind of push into La Paz. So I'm gonna head into La Paz, just gonna motor it. I've got the mainsail covered with the canvas still. So then we'll be able to maybe get to the city and take care of some reprovisioning and take care of some other things before continuing on and pushing south. Our first look at the entrance to La Paz. It's kind of a long little entrance. It reminds me of going into Morro Bay. All right, well, that's the entrance. You can actually see a boat. Looks like they're leaving out of there. Here it is, the entrance. Sort of see the buoys there, and that's one of the marinas. Sailing vessel Lunarbird, 106, over. Looks like we got a lighthouse, a light right there at the end of the entrance. Haven't seen that at night yet. Big old sailboat, nice. And the lateral markers, you can see them coming in. Beach right here. Incredible. That's some pretty cool construction. Yeah, what a cool house that's going to be. Here's one that looks more family oriented. Look to the left of the buoy, you can see a mast sticking out of the water, a sailboat mast. Definitely a sunken sailboat right there. Wow, pretty crazy. Sailboat right here. Look at that mast sticking out. Whoa. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a sunken sailboat like that, and the mast sticking out of the water like that. It's crazy. Well, I anchored in El MOGOTE, and I don't know what that means. And if you do,
please put in the comments. As I left the Marina de la Paz area, I came across this chandlery, which got me thinking about my ground tackle and my snubber situation.
So you know, I made this bridle in the backyard. The chain has a tendency to wrap around this thing so I just don't think it's right for the boat. So it's not going to work for me, but I have found another solution. Let me show you what's working for me. Okay, let's see what we got going on out here. So you get some elasticity out of it, but it's a lot of chain to have to bring in if you have to pay more out. And it caused me some stress when I was in Muertos. This is a snubber made off to that old anchor pocket. So I really like this setup. That's very, very strong. But I'm using a mooring line, so it's kind of long, and there's only a bowline on this end. So it's good, but I think I can do better. Show you what I have in mind. There's the old bridle. I'm not going to be needing that. All right. I like that setup. I like the way it's anchored, and it's just going to be a snubber. You know, yeah, there's going to be, the longer the line, the more elasticity, but that's not really, that's a secondary purpose, right? The purpose of this thing is to take the pressure off of the windlass and put it onto something that can hold it, like that anchor pocket, right? So let me show you what I did. There's a chandlery, and it's not bad. They had some stuff, and they had some 5/8 line, and they had a 5/8 thimble. So I went ahead and came back to the boat and wove the 5/8 thimble into the line, where it does give you some elasticity. The longer it is, the more elasticity it gives you. But I'm not worried about the elasticity. I just want something easy that I can take the load off of the windlass. So. All right, so we have the new snubber, and then the idea is to come over it like this and make the connection like that. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. I like it. So we'll keep an eye on that. 100 feet to the water's edge there. I like that. That's gonna be really nice. It's been about 2 months since my bottom's been cleaned on Frog's Leap. And before I head off to further south, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, I need to get it scrubbed. And so I reached out to a diver in La Paz, and I got hold of Henry the diver. That's right, and he has come to the boat, and he's going to free dive Frog's Leap and scrub the bottom for me. And thank you, Henry. So he comes in his kayak and he free dives it. You can hear him scrubbing the hull. And you know, it was about 2 months of growth. When Henry's done here, I'm gonna make another run. I gotta go visit Telcel.